Hey players, Friaza here. So today the Queen's Cup just started in Pokémon Duel, which is sort of like Carnivals from the 2016 JP only game where it was where the gems took place. But anyway, let's just hop into a game real quick because the event sort of gets repetitive fast and I don't want to spoil it for you, so let's just say no more and let the other YouTubers spoil whatever they want to, or cover whatever they want to rather, and whoops, well, that happens. Anyway, just going to spend 10 gems here for the sake of making the actual video, and face an S-rank opponents, which is pretty fun, but anyway, so we've got our newest shiny Koko, which I probably shouldn't have spoiled, but at the same time I wanted to showcase it, and it's in the thumbnail anyway, so I don't know what I'm talking about. That's a pretty nice thumbnail right there, which I haven't made yet, but I'm sure it is nice because RX Sensei taught me how to make thumbnails in his thumbnail tutorial, so if you're hoping to get into Photoshop, then I recommend watching RX Gaming's thumbnail creation tutorial. I will link in the description. But aside from that, the opponent is led with Koko, which is pretty interesting because it doesn't usually lead that way. It usually long throws its runner, then go blocks its runner, or run up with its runner and then YOLO the goal. But that allows us to either risk game by attacking Koko, or actually let's just risk game attack Koko, because even if it does run past us, we can still attack it again, and it does land the miss, so unfortunate for them. They will attack with Deo-A or Blaziken. Hopefully they land Dimensional Slip or Euro Sunsteel Strike, or yeah, it's going for the Deo-A. I could have also went for the Cyclone King, but hopefully we land Sunsteel Strike twice, or it rolls Dimensional Slip and we get the Dimensional Slip. But do we? No, it's such a good respin as the AI keeps doing, because the developers aren't even trying anymore with the AI, but that is not a problem. Now we are going to go up with our, well, yeah, we'll go up with Chandler because the AI is probably going to hurdle jump, but we want to burn the hurdle jump so we can't hurdle it with Deo-A later, because then he'll take both of our entry points, so better make him burn the hurdle jump, take the entry points, and then no, it's going to Pokemon switch Koko with Deo-A. Not a terrible play, not a great play either, so we are going to play aggressively ourselves and hope that we do not get knocked out by his Koko. If we do, we can max revive and go defensive with Solgaleo, or actually that will probably let him knock out our Chandelier, but either way we have long throw, so it's not a big deal, but he is going to attack and get the knockout and gain weight. So we are going to max revive or Solgaleo and then go defensively. We're not taking any risks here, and then we're going to long throw next turn. Now, maybe the AI will attack us here. I could be wrong. I believe when I played before, the AI attacked Solgaleo with Koko. Don't hold me to that, I'm not sure if it did, but I'm pretty sure it's something I would not put past this AI, because it has not made a lot of great plays with its respins and double chances and in general. But it does occasionally make some sick plays, but for the most part it's mainly just random. It will use plates for no reason, it will long throw its runner turn 1, it will go block its runner turn 2, just double chance into nothing like Bugbot often does. We are not going to let our, yeah, at this point we're going to concede the entry point, and if the AI hurdle jumps we can long throw our Zapdos, but it is going to seek the entry point, that is fine. Now at this point we're just going to advance with Deo-A, because that puts us in a better position, because then we can sit down the Deo-A and then long throw, or if we get that knockout we can go for game. And we actually get the knockout in Blaziken, which is a guaranteed knockout now, which is funny because Blaziken is resistant to purple moves, but our Dartrix actually knocks it as Deoxys, so I mean his Blaziken. So we get that Deo-A Evo, which is pretty lucky. And now we get to threaten game, but we're not going to threaten game because Deo-A has a high chance of actually knocking us out, so what I'm just going to do is pop Tropical Energy and then go for game. No, I'm going to take this around. What am I talking about? Yeah, so even if he retreats with Entei, gets the knockout, or gets the knockout of Gengar, which is unlikely because we have the 110. Actually, even if he lands the yeah, there wasn't many situations where he won that. It was not in his favour. Now we're just going to go for a game here. This is pretty much a misplay because we're burning, and he's not going to go off his Blaziken, because we will be burning our long throw if it does not pay off, and that also requires that Entei does not land the... Wait, what? Okay, so the AI just melee wished Koko to give Koko free MP. No, it gave Deo-A free MP, my bad. That would be even funnier, so pretty funny play by the AI just to show it's got a sense of humour too. Good sportsmanship, honestly. I did not expect that from the computer. But anyway, so the S-ranked opponents give 200 points, and for the rewards you'll want 4,000 points for the shiny Ho-Oh and 10,000 points for the EX Cube. But along the way you'll get 2 booster tickets, 21,000 material, I mean not material, that would be fantastic, experience, an EX ingot, 45k gold there, a rare cube, a rare metal, and a rare green cube. So those are fantastic rewards, and then there's 100 carbonite as well, which is awesome because I got 50 carbonite from my black booster a few hours ago, allowing me to get my chandelier up to level 9 and 4 miss 52 out of 96 Inferno, which is fantastic. And then at level 10, when we get the 100 carbonite, if we do get that far, this gym's pretty time consuming probably, because I'm already at like 4,000, so I can probably get the 10,000s before the event ends in 2 days. So keep that in mind, the event only lasts 2 days. There's no redemption period because you get the rewards instantly when you hit the tiers, and well, anyway, you can find that out yourself when you play the event, but I was just briefly going over it, you know, it's pretty fun. So props to the developers for making that, because that adds more content to the game in the sense that each month, you know, we can have like a gym or two, a team event perhaps, the Queen's Cup, which is new content, and hopefully they will increase the variety of opponents you can face in each tier, preferably S tier, because in the lower tiers, whoops, low battery squad, in the lower tiers you're going to fly past as quickly, so you won't get to face all the opponents, so that's pretty badly designed in my opinion. There's like 4 opponents for each tier, but you'll beat the bottom tier in like 2 games, then the second lowest tier in like 4 games, then 6 games, and for S tier you'll be going from 2,000 points to 10,000 points, so you're playing the same 4 or 5 opponents a lot. It's like 50 times plus, and that's assuming you win all the games, so it does get pretty repetitive. So I would like to see more variety of opponents and also better AI, so they can either add more variety of opponents or better AI actually, because if the AI is going to be bad regardless, the synergy isn't important. They can, you know, get lazy with the deck building just to add more opponents in my opinion, because I'm pretty sure the AI isn't any different in this than it is in general, so it could just be that they're out of deck building ideas, but they could just take future Jules decks and, you know, showcase our decks and the next Queen's Cup perhaps. But yeah, enough rambling, so thanks very much for watching, and be sure to grind up the events and get those, get your shiny Ho-Oh at least. I suppose 10,000 points is sort of a lot, but anyway, catch ya.